Tonight we're taking a closer look at school security in Iowa.
And for good reason. Last May, Governor Reynolds announced $100 million in new state school safety funding. KCCI's Amanda Rooker shows us how that money is being spent and what lessons Iowa has learned from the tragic school shooting in Texas.
Yes, Steve, Stacy, I sat down with the head of Governor's School Safety Bureau to find out what more the state is doing this year to keep Iowa schools and students safe. As Iowa students and teachers head back to the classroom,
I've been waiting to see you.
The Governor's new School Safety Bureau is up and running, adding extra resources this year for school security.
Having emergency plans in place, performing lockdown drills, and really having that good communication with law enforcement.
Special Agent in Charge Don Snicker is chief of the Governor's School Safety Bureau. He says action is especially important as parents and students across the country grapple with the tragedy in Uvalde, Texas. The shooting at Robb Elementary School took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers.
What is your message to parents and families if they're worried about the safety of their kids after what happened in Texas last May?
School administration, law enforcement make school safety a top priority. Parents should have a feeling that their children will be safe this year in school.
He says part of that sense of safety should come from lessons that Iowa's learned from Uvalde, including expanded law enforcement training and response.
So we train our officers in Iowa to run towards the gunfire, seek out that shooter, and take that shooter out of the equation before there's more loss of life.
Another lesson learned from Uvalde, making sure doors are always locked and secure. In Texas, investigators found that the gunman was able to walk straight into school because the exterior door could only be locked from the outside. And once inside, the shooter got into the classroom through a door with a broken lock, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. A locked door is the first line of defense in keeping a gunman out. But how do we make sure that the thousands of doors in every Iowa school building are actually all locked and secure? The Iowa School Safety Bureau says their vulnerability risk assessments should help. Through this year and next year, the Department of Homeland Security will check all 1,500 Iowa K-12 school buildings, looking for things like broken locks and other security problems.
From those assessments, the schools then can apply for a grant up to $50,000 to make improvements. So those could be things like better locks, better doors, security systems, or card-keyed access to areas of the school.
The Bureau also has plans to identify concerning behavior, hoping to prevent dangerous situations. They're creating an app you could download on a tablet or phone. They plan to launch it later this year. People who don't have app access would also be able to call a phone number or report tips online.
Students, teachers, and parents can report direct threats against the school, self-harm by a student, bullying, and even domestic violence issues that the student may be having at home.
He says parents should talk to their kids about what to do in the event of an active shooter, not to scare them, but to help make sure every student is prepared and knows there are plans in place to keep them safe.
You know, kids do fire drills, but hopefully we don't have kids worrying about having a fire at school. It just becomes part of school daily life. That's how we want school safety to be for active shooter drills.
The School Safety Bureau is also tackling cybersecurity with proactive social media scanning software, hoping to identify school-based threats. And schools will also receive funding to purchase a school safety radio that will provide a direct line of communication between schools and law enforcement in case of an emergency. Stacy?